Well, hey friends and neighbors, this is Chuck out at Sheraton Park Farms. Welcome back to the farm. So y'all know how we done that series of our first due mom, just kind of tracking her over the course of 3 or 4, well, I guess probably was about a week. Over the course of about a week, the changes that she went through all the way up through farrowing. Well, I had planned on doing that on the next due pig that was set to farrow, but she didn't have time for all that nonsense. She didn't want to wait on all that foolishness. So anyway, hang around, we'll show you what happened on the farm today. Stick with us for a little bit. All right, so came down this morning to check on the mama pig and all the little piglets, and got to watching this girl here. This is the one that we call Ruby. She's one of our big red pigs, primarily a Duroc pig. A lot of nesting behavior this morning. She's been rooting around in this hay bale. She's not eating. She's staying away from the group. See, she's got her eyes covered there with the hay. She don't want to look at us. But I think she's probably going to go probably today. Of course, I say, you know, I was saying that for a couple days on this other one, but she seems pretty advanced here. They have really broken this hay bale out, and the majority of it is down here. We came down this morning about 5 a.m. to check on the piglets because we had a rainstorm of biblical proportions here last night, and was afraid that we had lost some piglets. We'll talk about that here in a minute. But when we came down this morning, she had broken a lot of this down and was covered up in it. This morning she's doing, or a little later this morning, now she's doing even more nesting behavior. So she's probably going to be next, hopefully today. So we may have more piglets before today is over with. So last night, Central North Carolina, I'll see if I can capture a picture of the radar and show y'all what we dealt with last night. Started raining here about, probably 7:30, 8 o'clock. Rain through 5 a.m. Heavy thunderstorms, and we had torrential downpours. I mean, it was crazy how much rain we got. Was worried about these guys here. We came down and checked shortly after the rain had started to make sure that everybody was okay. Mama had laid on one, so we've lost one, but don't think that was storm related. It was one of the runts. It was one of the smallest piglets that she had, so think that it got underneath her, and she just didn't realize it. But came down again this morning at 5 a.m. right after it stopped raining, expecting to see a very sad sight. Came down, Mama was laying right here, didn't see any piglets at all. Started shining the light around, and these guys had dug themselves a little tunnel up into this hay bale, and all 12 of the piglets that were left were inside. Sorry about the finger. All the 12 piglets that were left were inside that hay bale. Mom was pushed up against it, protecting them and keeping them warm and dry. They started filing out. They were dry, and as y'all can see, this hay right here, I mean, that's a little damp, but that hay's dry. So those piglets survived the night by burrowing up into this hay bale. And that brings up a point I want to make. And this is not a rant. I'm not going to go on a rant. I know a lot of people do those, but I'm not going to do it. I had gotten a lot of comments about what we were doing here by letting these pigs farrow out on pasture without a shelter, without a hut, without farrowing crates. And I appreciate constructive comments, but when people come on and start getting ugly, I delete them and block them. So y'all might not even see them. Some of you may have. But anyway, this is how these pigs are intended to operate, and this is what we're looking for. We're looking for low input birthing. We're looking for pigs that can have their pigs naturally by themselves, unassisted, without us having to provide a ton of management and a ton of infrastructure. We're looking for low input in terms of labor and costs on piglets so that we can be profitable as a farm. So for centuries, pigs have farrowed outside. The species has obviously made it. They have farrowed outside, unassisted by humans. So we let these girls farrow in these hay bales. That's the purpose of the hay bales, is to provide nesting material and to provide some shelter for these piglets. And it works. It absolutely worked last night. We had terrible rain. I really figured, you know, I was skeptical, but you know, this is what we had counted on. This is where we had rolled the dice. This is what we had expected to happen, and it absolutely did. Now, will every result be like that? Probably not. You know, good Lord looks out for drunkards and fools, and he looked out for us pretty good last night. So we're going to continue to use this method. We'll provide shelter whenever we're going to be super cold so that these girls can get in out of the wind. But overall, this method works. Big round hay bales, and just let those mama pigs do what the good Lord intended them to do. All right, so Ruby has had one, and it's kind of around to the front there. The first due mama over here came over, and some of her piglets came with her, and Ruby popped up and kind of ran them off, circled back around, came back and laid down. So she's had one. We can kind of see it from a distance. It's moving around. We're not going to get too close. We're just going to let her do what she's programmed to do. We're going to step away for a little while. I'm not going to try to capture any much more of this on film right now, because she just needs to be left alone. So we're going to get out of here. We'll come back in a little bit, do an update, get some more footage, see how many piglets we got, see how everybody's doing. She was real fussy earlier this morning, so acting a little bit like little mama, who is her mother. So that mothering instinct and behavior does certainly appear to be genetic. So we'll come back and check her in a little bit and see how she's doing. All right, so we left this mama pig who's hiding behind the hay bale, left her alone for a couple hours because she was just a bit fussy when she started farrowing a couple hours ago. Our first due mom over here had walked over, and some of the piglets had came over. I don't think I caught this on film. Had came over, and this girl here jumped up after she had delivered a piglet and kind of chased the other mom and her piglets off, and kind of kicked one of the other little piglets over there. Thought it was injured, but everybody's up and around and doing okay, looking good. So I'm hesitant to get too close, but I don't know how well this is picking up on camera. She does have the afterbirth. Looks like it's not fully expelled yet, but the best I can count, we've got 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, the best I can tell, we've got 9 new baby piglets. Actually, I think there's 10. Because I think there's another one laying underneath them up there. If mom hadn't laid on it, it's hard to tell. Like I say, I'm afraid to get in there and mess with them too much, because I don't want to get her torqued up. At least 9, maybe 10. I'm not going to graduate from the Saunders School of... Yeah, there's 10 in there. I'm not going to graduate from the Saunders School of Counting today. So looks like we got 10 more new baby piglets. Man, these guys are beautiful. Look at the, I don't know if y'all can see on camera, look at the color on these things. Yeah, man, they are gorgeous. They look so good. Maybe 11. Maybe 11. At least I know 10. I feel good about 9. Pretty sure about 10, maybe 11. So I'm never making fun of Saunders County again. All right, so another farrowing today. Looks successful. I'm not going to get over here and mess with her because she's just kind of fussy. This pig here is a daughter off of Little Mama. Little Mama is a bit fussy whenever she farrows as well. So wondering if that's not a hereditary trait in that particular pig. But anyway, so we got some more baby pigs today. Gosh almighty, this is good stuff. And you know, like I said earlier, we've left her out here to farrow by herself. No shelter, no hut, no farrowing crate. This is what these pigs are meant to do. This is what we want. We want these maintenance, well, not maintenance free, but low maintenance, low human interaction during the birthing process pigs. So I think we've scored another win today. Mom looks uncomfortable. She was up and down a little bit when I first walked over, and acted like she wasn't comfortable. So got her mouth open, breathing. We'll watch her, see how she does. And then we got the gang. Look at this gang here, man. All right, we're gonna watch her for a couple more hours, see how she does. So excited, good stuff. Now the question becomes, who's next? And when we were doing AI, and it would be a great idea for someone to get a notebook and write stuff down when they do things. That way they would know when to expect everything. But anyway, the question next becomes, who is on deck for farrowing? We think it's this one. It could be that one. Or it might be that one up there on the hill. I know that it absolutely is not her. She's not pregnant. And I know this was the last one to farrow in this group. So it's either this, let me get out of the light. It's either this girl here or this red one right here. Sandra thinks it's the red one. So it could be. We'll see. So there's going to be more pigs around here. We were counting a minute ago, 57 pigs on the farm right now. We never had that many, so plus more to come. So we're pretty excited about the way the numbers are flushing out so far. Fingers crossed for some continued good farrowing with healthy piglets and moms that do a good job. You next? Are you next? Yeah. So a little bit of a surprise farrowing today. More pigs to come. We've got 6 more female pigs set to farrow this year during this spring farrowing. And then, you know, it'll be time to kind of wash, rinse, repeat. We'll put the boars in. We'll try that. We're going to try that going forward. All these pigs that we're having now are artificial insemination piglets. So looking forward to trying out the boars to see how they do. So anyway, super blessed today. Big surprise. But that's what farming's all about, one surprise after another. I'm gonna post a link to a couple other videos over here, other stuff we got going on. If you've not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. More piglets to come. Got a baby lamb that we've pulled off of mom today. We'll do a video on her. We're gonna bottle feed her up. The one that had triplets. We'll follow up on her a little bit later on. But anyway, appreciate y'all watching. We'll see you on the next video. Thanks.